Welcome to Korea. Okay, so I made a part one of things about my South Korean home that are different than homes in America. And so I thought I would do a part two since you guys were so interested in this. So let's start with one of the things in the living room. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is the furniture in Korea. So it's not uncommon. I don't know if you can tell, but this entertainment center, this is, again, you guys, if you've watched me a while, you know that this is a furnished house. This furniture isn't mine. It came with the apartment, but this is pretty low to the ground, and it's not, and also so is this coffee table, lower than I would normally expect in the US. And it's also not uncommon for couches in Korea to be fairly low to the ground too. And I think the reason why, like in the US, our furniture is much higher. Like my entertainment center in the US used to be pretty high up because I feel like we like to look up on the wall when we're watching TV. But in Korea, it's common for people to sit on the ground to watch TV because the floors are heated, as I mentioned in part one. So because the floors are heated in Korea, people often sit on the floor, and that way they're looking up. But in the US, we don't traditionally sit on the floor. We like to sit in furniture and look up at the TV. So that's why our entertainment centers are much higher. Speaking of which, you guys, I don't know why in South Korea, like entertainment centers, it's not a popular thing to have like the fake fireplaces in them like we love in the US. I absolutely loved my entertainment center when I lived in the US. I got one with this really great fake fireplace that like I can turn the heat on or off, but even in the summertime I would have it on because I loved the ambiance. I have not found one at all in Korea. Now I'm not saying they don't have them because I'm sure they do, but they're probably really pricey. So I don't know why that's typically not something to think, considering how cold Korea gets, and a lot of Korea gets snow in the winter. I don't know why it's not a common thing. I've only seen a fireplace in one of my friends' apartments here in Korea, and they have their apartment was like an American military base one that was converted. I don't know. Anyway, it's just something that's interesting too. Okay, here's another thing. Now, I'm not saying that people in the US don't do this because clearly, obviously in the US we do, but I want to talk about the wallpaper in Korea. So it is not, I know that I'm showing you my apartment here in Korea, but I have seen this in other apartments in Korea. So you'll notice that there's this style of wallpaper on this wall in the living room, but wait. And then there's this type of wallpaper on the adjacent wall. Okay, but wait. And then in the hallway here is this wallpaper. Wait. And then in this area, there is this wallpaper. Okay, but wait. Moving into the kitchen area is this type of wallpaper. But wait. Let's go into the bedroom. And then in the bedroom, there's this wallpaper. And then just when you guys think wait, I don't even remember what's in this one. Let's go look. I don't remember. Okay, we have this kind. Okay. But you guys might think, all right, that's all the wallpaper. The ceiling is wallpaper. The ceiling is wallpaper. All the ceilings are wallpaper, and you think I'm just talking about the main areas. Let's check the bathroom. Ta-da! Wallpaper on the ceiling. Like I said, yes, in the US, some people like wallpaper. I would say for the most people in the US, we paint our walls. I think a reason why wallpaper is used a lot in Korea is because a lot of these older buildings, especially, they're solid cement. So, in fact, listen to this. Solid cement. So it's probably just easier to put wallpaper on them than it is to paint the cement. So that's my guess. Okay, so now let me show you something in the bathroom. Okay, so something I want to show you in the bathroom is that unlike in the US where we use shower curtains, in Korea, we don't use shower curtains. And I've had people before go like, well, you can just buy a shower curtain. It's not practical, and there's really no reason for it. Korean bathrooms are wet bathrooms, so everything can get wet in here. and it's not an issue. And honestly, most of the water stays kind of in this area anyway. But it would make the bathroom actually feel smaller even if I did have a shower curtain in here, which is why I've never even attempted to buy one. Oh, my dog is going crazy. Okay, I also want to show you, I had a viewer once point this out to me because I didn't notice earlier. Y'all, it's not uncommon in homes in Korea for the toilets to be super low to the ground. I don't know why this is. I don't want to assume it's because of the height difference. But this is not the only toilet I've been to in a home where it's really low to the ground. Maybe it's for ergonomic reasons. Like, I don't know. If you're wondering why I have that there, it's to keep mosquitoes out. Because even though I live in a high-rise apartment building, somehow they can still get into apartments. So I just cover the drains. Okay, so continuing with the whole bathroom theme, something else that's not typical in US homes, but is very typical in South Korea are bidets. So in my husband's bathroom, he has this one here. Y'all, if you have never used a bidet before, I cannot recommend it enough. They are awesome. Totally common in Korean homes. Also, sometimes in public restrooms, they're popular. It's not uncommon to find these everywhere. But I want to show you the one that's in my bathroom because that one is slightly different. Okay, so this house didn't actually come with one. So that one was the one that we had purchased. And then because this apartment has another bathroom in the main room, the main bedroom, I wanted to show you the one my husband bought me. Okay, so he bought me this one. Gotta be honest, it took me a really long time to get used to this. And to be honest, I don't use it that much as a bidet, but you know what I do use it a lot for? I use it a lot for like cleaning purposes. That's not dirt down there, by the way, you guys. I have this like smelly thing for my showers, and so sometimes the smelly stuff drips out of it. So just in case you're wondering. But I use it a lot for helping to clean the bathroom. I feel like it's more convenient that way, at least for me. Because everything can get wet. Ta-da. I did that on a video once where I doused the entire bathroom in water and people like had a nervous breakdown because they were panicking, worried about like getting cords and stuff wet. That didn't happen. It's fine, relax. Okay, the next thing I want to show you that I would say is different than US homes is this guy right here. This is a water purifier. I'm not saying Americans don't use water purifiers, but I feel like not to the extent that Koreans do. In America, I feel like it's kind of like I never knew anyone who actually owned one, but in Korea, almost everyone has one. This one we rent. And you guys, just so you know, there is absolutely nothing wrong with drinking the water out of the tap. But I know like this apartment building is old and like my husband's really picky about the taste because like the pipes can be old and so like the taste can be different. I don't know. I've never had an issue, but you can even Google it. South Korea has some of the has really safe, healthy tap water, but it's become part of culture in Korea to drink bottled water or filtered water, and so we've got one because it's not worth arguing with my husband over. and honestly, I think we only spend like $20 a month renting this, and my husband's friends rent them, so it's not even that big of an issue. Okay, you guys, so there is some more things that I think are interesting about the fact that my Korean home is different than my American homes. If you're interested in me making another video about things that are different from American homes or just different about America versus South Korea, leave a comment below and let me know, and I'll make a whole series on it. So you guys, until next time, bye-bye, see you soon.